They're usually too busy with their academics.
Well, I can tell you that Tyler did really. Tyler, did you turn in your molecule paper?
I didn't finish it yet.
You didn't finish it yet? Oh, are you? I saw that you were doing a good job. What is left to finish? You look almost done.
Well, I didn't finish writing down the things on
Want
the.
some help with that?
No, I think I can do it.
Okay. I know you can. He
Yeah.
politely asked me several times to go away yesterday.
And that's
And so
completely
then I made
age
it.
appropriate.
So then I made it worse by saying, "Okay, Tyler, I'm just gonna sit over here and be quiet." See, I'm being quiet now, Tyler. So.
I'm still being quiet over
And
here.
he took it very well. He was very mature about it. I was not mature.
Well,
In that instance, Tyler was
well,
the
here's
mature
something
one.
to me where it's becoming more, shall we say, dry and understated. Exactly what it needs to be.
My head hurts.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's from being tired or from being awake, but the way I see it, it's making me stay awake and fall asleep at the same time. I need some ice. Next time you be with your bike though, you can let me know.
Dude, I'm gonna let you know. Oh wow. How did I get so much?
Mr. Barthel's being funny.
You know what? He's enjoying part of the morning. It's a good idea to do that. Try to enjoy part of your day.
Yeah, I guess. That's the first time I've
Everyone's
ever.
wanting to know what's so funny, Mr. Bardo.
Oh, check one of these out. This one partly belonged to Miss Roderick's. Well, Casey had one that disappeared over the summer a couple years ago.
That's
And
the
it looks
first
like
time
we
I've
have
ever
found
been
it.
You
laughed.
took it.
I don't know. And ended up in a cow.
You know, I
Finished
keep, whenever,
the other
like,
one.
on Tuesday I brought Alec to school, I see you out front, got a little hat on, and you're always talking to Miss Roberts. Yeah, it's like you
Just
guys are talking, you guys got lots of things to say.
Oh, yeah.
You're too
Oh,
busy
yeah.
to even, like,
Chapter one.
I don't even wave at you because I'm like, you've never seen me. Neither will
Oh, I'm
never see
sorry.
me because you guys are like, whatever you're talking about, very interesting.
Not really.
Done and turned in.
Oh, my
Yeah, Mr. Bartel, today's the first time I've ever heard you
Okay.
laugh.
Be back.
Really, I've never heard him laugh before.
Something funny happened. He laughs all the time. Just not when you're busy getting in trouble.
Oh.
I didn't understand that.
Chapter 1, Section 3. Don't go page by page, just go directly to the chapter.
Got it. chapter 1, section 3.
Mhm.
Double check. Found it.
A lot easier to find if you don't go one page.
What?
So easier to find if you go one page at a time.
I can try that. Okay. Here it is. In 1517, Luther posted his 95 theses on the church school at Wittenberg. What does that spell? T-E-S-E-S. What does that spell? Not.
1517, Luther posted his 95 thesis on the church school. Thesis.
Jesus. Right. About its
Essay.
Where did I find it in here? Right there in Luther Challenges the Church.
Probably somewhere in there. Put a guess. Or somewhere right before it.
What do you mean by that?
It might be a paragraph before it or so. You have to look around
Okay. Got it.
just to make sure.
With permission.
Say it again?
Can I get on the computer, please? With permission.
That's going to be overseen.
Can I do it?
No. You can't just go from me to her.
Yeah. Ernesto. You did really good on your test. Like, you don't need to take it a second time, really good. Yes, Mr. Ryan. You gonna have a good day today?
Yes.
Me too. I'm gonna have a good day today. Hey, could you do me a favor? Would you put, you know where Mr. Barlow's desk is? Could you put him on his desk? Thanks, man. Nope, well, that is Mr. Frank.
Oh, Barlow.
Yeah, Barlow. Thank you, sir. So, Ernesto, are you
I don't
going to
know.
see Skylar today?
Not in a second.
Okay. Well, if you see her, tell her she did really good too.
Why are you back there? Nobody let you go on the computer. It's almost time for second period. On the bookshelf. Well, look at the name of the author. I usually organize those books by author, so they all go with the same author. So you look for the same series of books.
Or even if it's not the same, or even if it's not part of the same series, it's still by the same author. So you'll be able to hopefully you'll still be able to find him or her.
It might be around the back. A lot of people mix those up. If it doesn't fit exactly, put it in the one next to it. There you go.
What?
I always beat Victor.
That's cool. You mean like violently, or you?
No, just by like beating him to the next class.
I know. I'm just being funny.
Why don't you see if your little tray is ready? If your stuff is ready.
Time you can find the answer.
Like the pumpkin and stuff?
Yeah, and the little things you made for Miss Jackson and Miss Marlette.
Oh yeah, no. The thing for Miss Marlette's already in. For Miss Jackson is already in. I just need the D, and then it's done.
Okay, so what color did you paint them?
The color's already done. I've been done the color. It's just we were waiting on
What color did you paint it?
blue and red.
By keeping up,
Yeah.
you don't have to take a whole second time to fix everything.
I'll have to catch this next period.
Yeah. Just that maybe my interesting one. Although it's not Saturday yet, we're not supposed to do
But El Torino is very rigorous.
It's much harder than
It's better for the kids to do.
What? Oh, your birthday.
But it means that you have to go all
Fine.
the way out.
You go fish? What?
You go to the restroom real quick. No, we're not, but tomorrow we are. But I'll tell you what we're working on. I just didn't want to pull it all back since we are going to be.
Want me to move it?
No, leave it. Just leave it. We don't need it. She knows how, she's like. That only goes so far, you know, you're trying to.
No, I'm trying to like.
Oh, no, I know, I'm just trying to, my
I just want him
concern
to be
with,
equal with what he's doing with the students and the whole class and him. Don't punish him.
right,
And, you know, like, I think it's like, it's my priority to get him done with this.
but
And, you know,
see,
it's like,
but see how you are is,
very different.
and I just don't want to make the situation.
I don't want my children, it's like the first year, it's not gonna go away, you know, then it's like kind of like, yeah, but I'm here now, and I kind of have to, you know, I wasn't in that situation because, but now that I am, I will do everything in my power to get it
Well,
done.
maybe it's more of an incentive than if we just take English.
We work that out with
Get these guys started, and then I'm going to. Yeah, so I'm just trying to make it more palatable to him.
What?
And the thing is, each time you take the test, take it in here.
No.
He's not sure it's.
It's sick.
Maybe he won't have to do more assignments. I think it's because.
Oh yeah, I just wanted to take a picture. What?
He's the worst person to interview. He did that, huh?
Yeah.
We can read it.
I've been here. Yeah, I was in a workshop.
You're really the worst person to interview because you're complicated. You're like, what? Huh?
I can't hear you.
You know, just tell him, you know, he's on.
It's on
You
Tracy's
can be
Facebook,
worried
I've
about
been working with him since
Yeah,
last
yeah.
year. And, you know, I helped him with Apex last year, which is why he was so successful in last year. And, you know, for him, Tracy this year, you know, we're ready to get him contract with the so.
Sounds good. Sounds positive. We just have to be a little cheerleaders, right? Good morning. Thank you for doing a good job for Miss Katie. You guys have earned 30 extra credit points. Have a seat, please. Thanks. Okay, I have a grammar packet for you that I'm gonna, you can write right on there. And we're gonna talk about this a little bit together today. So, one more day till Friday. I've been having to do girls volleyball last night, tonight, which just makes my day very, very long. I'm almost caught up for, I know, I have to supervise.
Did we write on this?
It's called NIDS, non-instructional reading minutes. That we have to do as part of being a teacher. We have to sign up for five of the
Do we write on these?
Yes, you may write on these. So, anyway, but I did used to coach girls volleyball in middle school and basketball. It was loads of fun. We had great enthusiasm. Lively teams. So, hopefully your grades are in good shape. I think it's about time that I get up here and change things out. So, tomorrow is the last day of September. You have 12 days left now until your next.
Grading period.
Yeah. So, I've got to say, what usually happens with sentences. What usually happens with sentences, people have more of a problem with run-on sentences than they do with having a piece of a sentence or a fragment, sentence fragments. And so what they want you to do is be able to identify these. So this comes up on your state testing. Seniors, you don't have to test this year, but juniors, freshmen, sophomores, and juniors do. And some of this comes right from the Common Core, some of the things that they're looking at. You know, this is a multiple choice section of it. But what is a sentence fragment? A sentence fragment doesn't have all the parts of what you need in a sentence. Yeah, and you can just add to it. So, a sentence has a subject, right? Like Sean and Sergio. And then it has a predicate or the ending part of the sentence that contains a verb. So, Sean and Sergio
Go ahead and email these tables back.
sat in English class. So, sat in English class is the predicate to it. The most simplest of sentences has a subject and a verb. The dog ran. That's a very, very simplistic sentence. So when we get to this age, we have at least 10-word sentences. And the complexity of it is something that we will work on this year. Starting it out with the prepositional phrase. In the evening, we went to the movies. That's more of a complex way to build your sentences, right? So let's look at these. So number one, I'm going to have you whisper, okay, Jennifer?
That was Anna.
Oh, Hannah. Sorry, Jen.
She can't even hear you.
Yeah, just whisper back there. Okay, so identify which of the following are sentence fragments. Be prepared to explain your answers. So, if it's a fragment, just put fragment in front of it. So, number one, fears vampire bats. Is that a sentence? And why not, pray tell?
Doesn't make any sense.
Why doesn't it make sense?
I don't know.
Okay, fear is the verb, right? And what do they fear? They fear vampire bats. But we don't know. Okay, so that's the subject. So the savage fears vampire bats, right? Or,
They don't know how to subject because
yeah. You know why vampire bats got its name? Because
they said they bit on the cowboy.
very good. Yeah, they bite cows and suck the blood from cows. I think they're down in South America. Yeah, they don't transform into Dracula. But that's where vampire bats got that name. Bram Stoker did the Dracula novel, and then that's been made into all of these movies, right? Literature-based movies, literature-based plays, all based on literature. Dracula. It's an actual book that you can read. So, out to the side of number one, if you get a pencil, just write fragment. Number two, most horror tales about vampire bats are not true. Is that a sentence?
I think all horror tales are like that.
You are correct. But all I'm asking you for, not the content, but is this a sentence? Yes. Okay. Horror tales is the subject. Or horror tales about vampire bats is the subject. Are is the verb. Are not true. So just write out sentence in front of that one. Okay, so you have fragment, you have sentence. Number three, although they do bite other animals, huh? No, that's a fragment. What could you do to make that into a sentence? Although they do bite other animals.
Although bats do.
Okay. Although they do bite other animals, vampire bats don't bite humans. That would make that into a sentence. Okay. But although is a preposition. So that's a prepositional phrase. That is a wonderfully complex way to add to a sentence, but on its own it is not a sentence. Okay? Okay, so how to fix phrase fragments. Next one down. Make each phrase fragment part, you say that 10 times fast. Phrase
Say what?
fragment.
Say what?
Phrase fragment.
5 times fast?
10 times.
10 times? Phrase fragment, phrase fragment, phrase fragment, phrase fragment,
Okay,
phrase
yeah.
fragment, phrase fragment, phrase fragment.
That's
Yeah.
called an alliteration, right? Even though it doesn't start with the same letters, the PH sound has that F sound, right? Okay, so make each phrase fragment part of a complete sentence, adding commas when needed. So, number 1, humans have kept dogs, period, for centuries. So the 4 centuries is a fragment. Humans have kept dogs is a sentence. But if we're to combine these, okay, you'd add a comma after dog, or no, you wouldn't even have to do that. Just get rid of the
Evidence.
period. Humans have kept dogs for centuries, and make the F, the capital F, a small f. Doesn't need any more punctuation. Just get rid of that little period there. Humans have kept dogs for centuries. Number 2, herding sheep and cattle and guarding property. Well, you ask yourself, well, who does that? That's why that's a fragment. It doesn't give us the subject. Next part of it. Many dogs more than earn their keep. Good morning, Savage. I will send it right now. Hi. Ms. Walters, for you, Charlie. So, how would you make those 2 parts into a full sentence? Yeah. So what you could do is you could draw an arrow to the front instead of writing out the whole thing. Just draw on that number 2 in the middle section. Draw an arrow that shows you putting it in front of herding sheep. Many dogs more than earn their keep herding sheep and cattle and breed property. Okay? So an arrow putting that fragment in front. And then get rid of the capital H on herding. Okay? So, in each of these cases, what you're going to do is you're going to fix the fragment. So just go through these on the next pages. There's 2 more pages here. And you're just going to fix them and then make them make sense, okay? On the next, you're going to identify either whether it's a phrase or a subordinate clause. And what I would do is just add words to make them into sentences. You don't have to write out a full sentence unless you want to. Just add words to make it. So on this page, walking around in a spacesuit. How could you make that into a sentence?
The astronaut walks around in space.
Yeah, the astronaut was walking around in a spacesuit. So just add an astronaut was right up here. And that is, that, you would put a P there because that's just a phrase.
Or what is a subordinating clause?
A subordinate clause is a clause that is added to a sentence. It can't stand on its own. Okay, so number 2, that she prefers walking. That's a subordinate clause. That's not just a anyone walking around in a spacesuit is afraid. Claudia told us that she prefers walking. You could just say that in front of that she prefers walking. Claudia told us that she prefers walking. So just go through there where you see, it's just identifying, and it sounds like, even if you whisper it to yourself, you will know when something is not a sentence. It's very glaring. So if you want to work in groups on this, that's fine, but everybody turns in their own paper on this. And come back and ask, I'm going to be continuing to input your grades on these things, okay? So, did you check into the office? You're going to need to go up and do that. How are you, Renee?
I am fine.
Happy National Coffee Day.
Oh, is that what that is today?
Yes.
I guess I'll have to go get more.
That's right. I really need to celebrate that a lot today. And Casey,
Starbucks run?
Miss Roderick. Yeah, if I have money, I don't.
And I know we get paid tomorrow.
If Miss Roderick should have started her coffee business today on National Coffee Day.
There's apparently student government's lame or made our own signs.
Oh, 'cause
Oh, okay.
sorry. That's
You can barely see it. Mine's better. Boom, what it is. There you go.
So, Miss Katie's got a thing on what Spirit Week is all about. So, Monday, you're gonna wear jammies. I'm wondering if that packing tape will wreck the finish on the.
No, it shouldn't. 890s crunch.
You know, it's like,
Go ahead and look up Nirvana and then you'll know.
Yeah.
There you go.
you know, like,
Wait, no grunge? Like what?
like,
Seriously, look up Nirvana, pictures of Kurt Cobain, and you'll know what 90s grunge is. Alright?
so, you know, like jeans
Jeans and plaid t-shirts tied around your waist,
Yeah, a
Doc Martens,
t-shirt.
dirty, gross hair, just grunge.
Does it have to be grunge?
No, but you know,
Hear what I said?
Huh.
I said I don't
a
know why I'm
t-shirt and like a plaid
Mullets weren't
shirt
90s
over it.
grunge.
That was 80s.
Oh, that was 80s, like, hillbilly.
Oh, I see it.
Oh, I'm
Mullets was a
sorry.
hillbilly.
Duh.
Okay, so
No.
Pretty hillbilly
you
now.
know, t-shirt
Yeah, but it
with
wasn't
a,
then in the
you know,
80s.
plaid shirt
I
over it.
know, but
You
still
know,
pretty.
grunge got started up in Seattle, Washington, and you know they wear army boots.
Yes,
You
not
know,
over, around your
kind of
waist,
that
more like
Yeah, I know.
More Doc Martens in a
Yeah,
grunge is very in again. Like that grunge look is
Doc
in.
Martens. Doc Martens.
I like
are
combat boots.
or something like that.
Doc Martens are like combat
I don't know where to
boots.
get combat boots. Yeah, combat.
Go to the Army surplus store.
Borrow some.
You could also wear Converse. Or
Oh yeah, high tops or something. Converse high
Huh?
tops. Okay, let me get to work here.
I heard you say shorts.
Can you wear shorts?
They probably did wear the long shorts.
Yes, I got it.
So my husband was down in LA
Not
yesterday.
90s grunge. I'm talking about a very particular style. It was a whole music.
And then I put the assignment that we're
Kurt
working on your
Cobain
desk.
was God president of it.
Hey,
Blues brand.
so you guys, my husband was down in LA yesterday. That's where the assembly member he works for, that's where his assembly district is. But anyway, he got to see the space shuttle down by USC. They've got it in a temporary building right now, but you know, they moved one of the space shuttles down there to be part of the museum. They air the space museum down there. So I said, did it look big? And he said, no, not as big as I thought it would be. I said, did you get to go inside? He goes, no.
Yeah, grunge is very.
Hey,
Oh, that's
So they have this big store down in Australia. Did you hear about that? 80,000 lightning strikes.
Wow.
That's insane.
Isn't that crazy?
It's cool.
I'm trying to remember what else they said about it.
I mean, I like a good storm, but that's kind of
Yeah,
intense.
the wind was so powerful it took down a bunch of transformer big tower things, so that a lot of the Adelaide area still doesn't have power, I guess. Yeah, but get right back, okay? You spend a little bit more time than you should have, but yeah, go for it. Thank you.
Oh, okay, so here, I'll just wear this shirt. Collar popped up, tie a sweater around my neck, and then I'm a man and he's breath.
Does everybody have a prep idea for prep? Preppy look, button down shirt.
Yeah, white, like tennis outfits. Think that, that's very preppy.
I think, Fred was too.
That's good.
Girls, you know, knee-length skirts.
Penny loafers. You know, I'm
I don't own a
surprised.
pair of penny loafers.
I'm surprised that has not come back in.
What?
Uh-huh.
It's all we have is just taking a little bit of time to get around.
Because you know what those are, you know, the loafers, slip-ons. But there's a place where you can put a penny in there. So you put a penny in there, that corresponds to your